Listen to that 80s ass hip hop beat. I kinda like it.
Tell you about a movie, Sleepy Hollow High. Bought it at a thrift store last July. I said that I would watch it. It just took me time. Now I wanna take it back and give me back that dime. What? 10 cents is what? That's a dime. 10 cents is what? That's a dime. 10 cents is what? That's a dime.
Scream meets Dawson's Creek.
Wrong set.
Yeah.
What you got now? What you got now? What you got
now? God now? God now? God now?
I got a laptop in my back pocket. My pinnacle walk when I hat cock it.
The opening credits are about as cliched as you can get. Newspaper clippings about the mystery surrounding Sleepy Hollow High are shoved all in our face. And for what it's worth though, even though it's a cliche, it's not that bad. It's shot pretty well. And I mean, yeah, there's only so many ways we're gonna be able to shoot dramatically footage of newspaper clippings. But for a shitty little high school project, I don't know, that's what's confusing about it, because it's actually released on VHS, so, you know, the credits aren't the worst thing about the movie, that's for sure. The close-ups are nice, the soundtrack is surprisingly listenable, and enjoy this while you can, because the movie's about to take a big old dump on you. Now, as soon as our credits finish, I have to immediately apologize for the quality of this. Look, it seriously took me about 3 different VCRs and 4 different takes apiece to capture this goddamn thing. The tape was so eroded. Clearly, this thing was recorded in SLP too. I mean, goddamn, look at like how little tape there is on this thing, you know? Now, the first real scene takes place either in the early morning or close to sunset. Hell if I know, but you can barely see shit. Now, eventually, we realize there's a woman running towards us who stops dead in her tracks when she hears a voice.
Hey, it's 7 p.m., 5 more hours till Halloween. The witching hour is almost here. And here's a little something to get you in the mood.
I honestly thought this was a fucking narrator coming in at first, but considering how abruptly she stops, reaches down and grabs her Walkman, and then looks around all panicked-like, and her fucking headphones aren't even on.
But remember, is it a trick or is it a treat?
I guess it's a voice in the woods that she heard? I wanted you to experience that bullshit for yourself. How would she not hear the car approaching? Especially if her headphones were off. See, that didn't matter, because whoever wrote this thing had seen this kind of garbage before and thought, hey, this'll work in my movie too. Oh man, if you thought that was bad, look how casually she resumes jogging. Also, I use the term jogging here lightly because not only can this girl not act well, she can't even run convincingly. I fucking love this corny ass Christian rock band riff that's playing in the background. It's like 3 fucking chords. To this. She's not even jogging. She's yogging. That's what Burgundy was talking about.
Yogging. It might be a soft J. I'm not sure, but apparently you just run.
Also, that's 4 minutes of your life that you will never get back if you actually sit through this movie on your own time. Now, still running through the woods, she becomes frightened when someone unseen tosses a large rock into her path. And the next 2 things that happen are filled with so much what the hell. First of all, you think she's gonna pull a weapon out of her fanny pack. At a time like this.
Don't leave me alone. I eat when I'm scared.
And then you think, well, okay, at least I know the bad guy's gonna jump out at her, right? What the Oh yeah, the movie is called Sleepy Hollow High, which up until this point, I couldn't find a goddamn thing that had anything to do with the Sleepy Hollow Headless Horseman mythos. Now, after the well-loved fall down the old embankment trope, some disco stew flannel pants wearing smuck appears while dumb girl yells out with the most believable of acting chops.
I'm on, damn it! I mean it! You better not mess with me! I'll spray you with this mace!
And after a few more bad lines and a bunch of unnecessary camera work, he fucking appears behind her, holding this goddamn sword that looks like it's straight out of King Arthur or some shit. It doesn't even look like a sword the Headless Horseman should carry. I'll show you a fucking sword that the Headless Horseman should carry. Now, after letting her go, just to chase her, you know, just starting the movie right here at 6 minutes and 49 seconds would have been fine. Nothing that chick did on screen mattered in the slightest. In fact, I probably would have liked this better had just right after the credits it went,
Oh God, don't let me die!
listen to this shitty death scream too. It sounds like somebody letting the fucking air out of a balloon. Now, one fade out later, we find some stooge named Jonathan is having car trouble. He is just about as awful an actor as she was. And when he hears a voice utter his name, he looks around like a bumbling moron with no believability at all. How can we possibly waste more screen time?
Oh, God damn. Ow.
God, I'm sorry I asked. Now, seconds later, he gets ambushed by some dude named Z and his girlfriend Bobby.
Hold him still! Hold him still!
Oh, whatever it is, you can have it. Oh.
I heard you been squealing to the teachers, punk.
Squealing to the teachers. How old am I supposed to believe these fuckers are?
Tonight's payback.
Ow.
Doesn't even matter, because before you have much time to question it, your fucking eyes are gonna bulge out of the socket with the next scene.
Tasty.
Yeah, this is that weird shit that you just gonna love to hate.
They smell snitch.
She even puts it in his armpits and comments on them.
You're more hairy.
God damn, look at them goose pimples.
What the fuck?
Play with his nipples, he seems to like that.
Oh my god, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? Jesus!
5 minutes later.
Now that I've calmed down some, I'd like to point out that out of all the people in this movie, this dude right here might be the only one who has a chance at an acting career after this. Z delivers every line with confidence, a stern face sometimes, and he's just a little more convincing than everyone else, so I just want to make sure I give him credit. Back to the story though, they're just threatening him because they think he's been snitching to the teachers about them dealing drugs in the parking lot, so they tie him up and just fuck with this dude so bad that it's pretty uncomfortable at times. Z continues to be the only real watchable part of the movie as he, in an attempt to frighten Jonathan even further, gets him all worked up about the headless horseman he claims is running around in the woods and shit, which I guess he's right about.
They say you can hear him in the woods. The gallop of his horse, the swish of his blade. I want you to listen real good tonight.
And then Jonathan ruins what little immersion Z might have gave you in this movie when he fucking utters this line like a good old farm boy or something.
See, come on, don't leave me out here.
Oh shucks, Z, don't leave me out here, gosh. God, what a fucking chode.
Happy Halloween, snitch.
Now, leaving him to fend for himself, they walk outside to this.
Now, why don't you point that someplace else?
How? Why? I don't even care. And check out this fancy schmancy camera work here as we zoom into the badge. I hate this because stylistically it's stupid as hell. Since the scene is technically still commencing, you can hear him talking. So that means to their perspective, because there's not really a camera there, this officer is just shining the flashlight back and forth like that. Not saying a word to him, just staring at him. It goes on for like 9 or 10 seconds. I mean, just think about it. It's fucking dumb. 13 minutes into the goddamn movie and I've already written 2 pages. It's not a good sign. Listen to that 80s ass hip hop beat. I kinda like it.
Tell you about a movie, Sleepy Hollow High. Bought her at a thrift store last July. I said that I would watch it. It just took me time. Now I wanna take it back and give me back that time. What? 10 cents is what? That's a dime. 10 cents is what? That's a dime. 10 cents is what? That's a dime.
The next scene is just awful, like everything else in the movie. A bunch of kids are in the principal's office getting a lecture about their behavior or whatever, but one line sticks out so bad, it's fucking hilarious.
Shannon, you've had some problems fitting in your other schools.
And the scars to prove it.
But I know how intelligent you are. Your reputation as a computer hacker precedes you.
Don't even have a fucking comment about that one. God damn. Now, fed up with their antics, the kids have a choice. Either they're expelled or they can do community service twice a week starting today.
Sleepy Hollow Park Grounds has been known for vandalism, especially at Halloween. Isn't that right? Your job this afternoon is to keep it clean and trouble-free. Mr. E will be your chaperone.
Oh, good lord. Mr. E, really? What is this, Jim Carrey fucking Riddler shit?
Enigma. Edward.
After dismissing them, they just kind of walk down the hallway to some shitty 90s song. It's just, I don't know what it is. It's like every frame of this is the worst album cover of all time. I can't even imagine what's coming next. Like, with Cannibal Roller Babes.
It's like totally weird for the sake of being weird.
We went from whatever the hell that was to...
On this island, you will need this power.
I wouldn't be fucking surprised at all if in the middle of this shit, Jethro from the Beverly Hillbillies popped up or something. Now, when we fade in again, we just get establishing shots of the woods, and it just felt to me like I was watching Forensics Files with the volume turned down.
It was a very cold crime scene. There's no weapon, there's no fingerprints, there's no footprints.
Now, we're soon shown 2 of the girls, Shannon and Diana, cleaning up trash out here, and one of them, Shannon, hears her name being called by some spooky voice. You know, honestly, this movie is so much worse than Cannibal Roller Babes. And I never thought I'd be able to say that.
Maybe it's bad, but...
God, at least it had that rockin' song.
Let's eat one another, give the pigs a rest.
What does this have going for it? Stupid shit like that. The old dream sequence. And after disrespecting the teacher, the kids leave with the bell, and if you thought Roddy McDowell gave you the performance of a lifetime in class of 1984...
I always had this dream that I could make kids read every book they could lay their hands on. If I could only be an inspiration to one goddamn growing mind.
Well, just take a look at this guy.
No respect. These kids nowadays just have no respect.
Oh, I got an Oscar attached to my fucking name.
Yeah, take that, Roddy. 23 minutes into the movie, too. Now, after school, the 2 girls meet up with Z and Bobby, and they have a petty-ass argument over some bad drugs they bought off of him, totally advancing the plot in the most exciting of ways.
Man, you said the shit was pure. What are you trying to sell us, huh? Yeah.
The backup formula was Ivory. You get what you pay for. You got that?
And then Mr. E... He comes out telling everybody to...
Guys, you need to cool down. You got it? Cool down.
Cool down.
Hey, what did I just say?
Do this, all right?
Cool down!
What did I just say to you guys? Huh?
What did I say? Cool down!
I said cool down!
Fucking chode. Everybody's a chode in this movie. Now, skipping some boring back and forth here, as they leave for the woods, Z and Bobby pass by Jonathan and end up picking on him some more.
You know, I had dreams about you in your boxer shorts last night, dripping in chocolate, looking all luscious.
When they leave, we see him throwing into a garbage bag the mask that Z was wearing last night. I don't fucking know if that matters or not, because honestly, I didn't finish this thing last night. I'm actually watching it now and reporting live, kind of, if you know what I mean. So I have no fucking idea where we're going with this. Now, when Mr. E and the kids arrive in the woods, they're each given a partner, a quadrant, and they take to cleaning, while already Z and Bobby have disappeared.
Baby.
This shit is yet another waste of time. It's all it is a fucking typical plot device.
What was that?
We know it's probably Jay, the other kid out there, but you know, let's drag this shit out because horror movie, right? Yeah, all of that was just to make me think the killer was after them.
What's wrong with you?
Which I didn't.
Come on, you guys. Mr. E's looking for you.
Hey, can one of you guys give me a hand with this thing?
Damn, Slim. What you got in this thing, a body?
Yeah, all of that just to make me think that he might have been the killer, which I might have. Now, Shannon and Diana have some unimportant dialogue about a past sexual harassment incident between her and Mr. E.
Who told you that? I read the report. School records, you know.
Now, angry about being confronted with her past, Diana storms off picking up trash on her own, where she too hears a twig snap. Like every moron in every one of these movies ever, she has to investigate, and she stumbles across that girl from the beginning of the movie's fanny pack.
What are these tacky things?
Officers noticed a purse suspended in a tree above the body.
Son of a bitch, I didn't even check it.
After she steals the money from it and tosses it, she discovers something grisly when she tries to climb back up the hill. Well, she sure as hell can scream better than the first chick, I'll give her that. And in a panic, she races back towards the group, but unfortunately, never makes it past Disco Stew. Disco Stew is gonna kill you. Now, unaware of this, Jay and Z are playing with a football that Bobby found, which makes Mr. E angry, telling them to toss it and get back to work.
Hey, hey, hey!
What did I say? Cool down!
I said cool down! Keep this place cleaned up, all right? We'll get out of here soon.
No fucking idea why we needed that scene in there. Just wasted more time. Now, still looking for the girls, eventually Mr. E finds Shannon and gets royally pissed off when she reveals what she knows about him and Diana from her hobby, as she calls it, of reading school records.
Inconsistent with his duties as student advisor.
Let me tell you something. I don't know where you read that information, but this has nothing to do with me. It's about you. You got it?
The only good thing I can say about the movie at this point is I have no idea who the killer is. And that's not a lot to work with, but at least there's something. There's some kind of mystery. It could be Jonathan, but we've seen very little of him. And from what we know, at least, he's only been picked on by 2 people out of this group, and they're still alive. So why would he have a vendetta against the others? Because it's probably not him, and they just want you to fucking think that. That's why. So now we have Jay walking around alone, probably about to die soon, and Bobby sitting there with a knife up to her wrist out of nowhere. Like, what the hell, movie?
Wrong angle.
What?
It's just dropped in our lap out of nowhere that apparently she's suicidal now.
It's vertical, not horizontal. Trust me, I know these things.
And now she's gonna relate to this other girl because she's attempted it too?
Why'd you try it?
I don't know. It seemed pretty productive at the time.
Like, even if I'd shown you what happened in the woods earlier between Z and Bobby.
Listen, I have something I have to talk to you about.
Yeah, whatever.
See?
I still don't think that meant anything. What was she gonna be like? Oh, honey, I've been thinking about killing myself. I don't even know why I care so much. It just seems like such a cheap trick to suddenly make us identify with her in any other way other than she's a bully.
I'm pregnant.
Oh, good God. That's why she wanted to talk to Z earlier?
Tasty.
Yeah, I'd probably kill myself too if...
I'd kill myself too if my last name was Combs.
No, really, I'd kill myself too if Snitch Nipples was the father of my child.
Z's.
Oh shit, I guess that put the rumor mill to rest. Now, worried about her baby and what Z will do to her if he finds out she's pregnant, we find out that he's a violent and dangerous individual.
How am I going to tell him? He's going to beat the shit out of me.
Then cut him.
I saw him shoot a guy once.
So what, now I gotta wonder if he's the killer too?
I don't know.
Damn, movie, make a move already.
He's got a dark streak. I just saw it.
Now I'm getting restless, and especially so when this long, boring-ass conversation suddenly comes to an end with fucking Jay popping up in the background yet again.
I mean, damn, if looks could kill, he would have cut my head off.
Hey! Sorry, guys.
Nobody would approach people like that. Honestly. And much like the car at the beginning, how could they possibly have not heard him walking through the leaves and shit? Now, Mr. E shows up and tells them to head back to the meeting place while he searches around for Diana for a bit longer and stumbles across a log covered in blood. And it just kind of fades out. Why does it fade out? Fading out implies a passage of time. Now, the next scene is happening right after, but whatever. Bobby tries to get Z to listen to her again, and almost note for note, the same goddamn sequence of events plays out again.
Would you just listen to me for a minute? See, what was that?
I thought the damn movie went Nightmare on Elm Street 3 or 4, whichever one it is, and it was fucking looping itself. I thought they fucked up. I really did for a second.
Do you hear that?
Maybe.
I'm pregnant, you asshole!
Well, that's one way to tell him.
You mean you didn't have protection?
Did you have protection, asshole?
God, what an asshole this dude is! But he's still a good actor.
Damn!
Did I use protection?
Bobby!
Now, Bobby storms off in anger, throwing away a necklace that he has given her, and when Z catches up to her, the argument is short-lived when the horseman appears behind her.
You will be paying a lot more for child support, too.
The fat boy is now on the run, and the fucking headless horseman is just like LARPing his way behind him, swinging his sword like some goofy-ass fucking idiot. Goddamn King Arthur sword-swinging dork. Disco Stew's gonna LARP on you. Kill myself. That's all he did, I swear. He didn't trip. He just ran. Horseman LARPed after him. Stopped suddenly to a fucking B-side from the Jumanji soundtrack. And again, we fade to black, indicating a passage of time. But a passage of time does not commence. Seconds later, Z runs up to the car where Jay and Shannon are waiting, scaring the shit out of them when he pulls a gun out. Still covered in blood, you know.
Get away from me! Z, come on now. Where are you going?
What are you doing? Z, where's Bobby?
What are you doing?
Now, the car has been sabotaged too, leaving him stranded, and Shannon runs off looking for Bobby, followed by Jay, and they stumble across some blood while back at the car, Mr. E arrives and finds a blood-covered Z shoving a gun into his face, demanding to know where he's been. This shit just goes on and on forever and ever with some of the worst acting by Mr. E that you'll ever see in this movie.
I was looking for Diana and I couldn't find her, so I was getting a little concerned.
Jay and Shannon eventually return and fall in line behind him, and though Z won't give up his gun, he does give Mr. E the bullets, and oh, for fuck's sake, now he has a suspicious look. It's like that fucking doucheburger in Awaken the Shadow Man. But this is way worse, let's be clear. Now, continuing to search for Diana and finding nothing, they decide someone has to go to the gas station about 4 miles away and use the payphone. But the question is, who's gonna go?
I ain't going off by myself. You know I'm gonna get killed next, right?
That's about the funniest damn joke in the movie right there. Now, 6 more unnecessary shots of the woods later, the group is drawing straws for the trip, and since Mr. E is the loser, he heads off towards the gas station while Z, Jay, and Shannon just argue over who the real killer is. Now, spotting someone walking atop the hill, he chases after them thinking it might be Diane, slips and falls like an absolute dumbass, only to rise up and find the dollar store headless horseman standing before him.
You've got to be kidding me!
Now, running for his life, the horseman eventually catches up to him and has him on the ground about to kill him when... Holy shit! Mr. E busts out some fucking tactics of his own. Really? The Headless Horseman knows like fucking ninja tricks now? He knows the Karate Kid move and all that shit? So yeah, a fight ensues, and in no time at all, the first okay thing in the movie happens. Yes! See? That's what this movie should have had. That's what would have worked in this movie. I knew to expect a low budget. That was fucking perfect for what they had to work with. Hell, even this one shot here is rich with good cinematography and framing. The works. Whoever made this had potential, okay? And I know they probably worked with what they had and did the best they could, just some of this cast was clearly not actors, and the writer himself just didn't have enough experience writing on top of that. But when I see a scene like this, performed that well in an otherwise god-awful movie, I can't help but feel a little like admiration for this small-time amateur filmmaker, just trying to make something because they wanted to. You can't hate that, even if it turns out terrible. Why do you think people liked Ed Wood so much? Now, either way, Mr. E meets his end, and we can safely say he's not the killer. So why all the red herrings thrown at us earlier? God, in fact, they were so obvious, they just pretty much detracted from the possibility that I might would think he's the killer. They just were so fucking obvious, they were trying to make me think that he was the killer, that I didn't for a second think that he was the killer. Maybe for a second. Now, back at the car, unaware of Mr. E's fate, Z, Jay, and Shannon are still standing around doing nothing at all, and when night falls and Mr. E hasn't returned, they start a bonfire to keep them warm. Z freaks out about this, thinking that the killer might see it and come up on him.
The Pumpkin Man, he had a pumpkin mask on.
He only now realizes that the killer was wearing his mask.
He had my pumpkin mask on!
I mean, he is kind of stupid, so... Now, they put the pieces together that should have been fucking obvious from the beginning, that it's probably Justin doing all this.
What a scrawny little punk.
And hell, now that I think about it, maybe that's what all the gorge and all that fucking shit was for, to make him just look like a bumbling country nincompoop and incapable of being a murderer. Maybe he's smarter than I thought, if it's Justin. Now, the plot drags on, too, as they continue to argue, hear sounds in the woods, and then Z starts talking shit to the woods, trying to draw Justin out of them.
Let's do this! Right here!
I just fucking threw some rocks at him. I mean, he can't see ass in the dark anyway, just fucking pew! So Jay and Shannon also have an unimportant moment together, too, where, dig this, like some fucking high school gothy-ass little chick, she starts spinning this little tale of something that happened to her. Just listen.
There was a time when I wanted death to come for me. Just ride up on a horse and take me away.
You know why I hate this? Because how many identities have we given this chick? Now she's all emo, sad, poetry-writing goth chick. And earlier she was a fucking hacker? Really? Suicidal, angsty teenage information junkie who also happens to hack computers when she's not busy brooding around the woods alone at night.
You know what?
Now, you will never fucking believe what she says and does next.
Standing here in the dark, scared as hell with some maniac out there trying to kill us, I know I want to live.
This is the perfect moment too, Horseman, if you just want to fucking sneak up in there, because we know you just appear all the time. They're both this close together, just whoosh, one fell swoop, chop both their heads off, and let's be done with this shit.
What? You kissed me!
It's him!
What the?
Well, that's not how I wanted him to appear, but fine, I'll take it.
Oh, shit!
What the hell was that?
Oh, shit!
Oh my god, they even put in a little swoop sound.
Oh, shit!
Jesus Christ. I bet if you slowed this shit down, it's just like a quick frame of him like jumping. Let's see what it is. Oh god, check out this little fight scene right here too. Oh my god, now the sword is on fire? This is extra level of threat. Sword's on fire. Well, fuck, as Norma Jean and countless others said. Now, cliches continue when, you know, he's not really dead. And they all start fighting. It's fucking ridiculous, and at this point, I can barely concentrate on this shit. It's killing me.
I'm not impressed.
Yeah, me either. Wrap this shit up. What the fuck? Is it Justin or is it not? Because why would Justin have supernatural abilities suddenly? In movies like this, they don't fucking explain it if he does, so I don't know why I'm even asking. God damn, will this ever fucking end? You have got to be fucking kidding me. You have to be fucking kidding me!
Shannon?
So is he the killer? I mean, I don't even fucking care anymore who's the killer. Oh my god, are we recycling shots from earlier now? Music fucking sucks. What the fuck? And then this corny ass line.
Do you ever have one of those dreams that's so real?
And if it couldn't get any worse, Diane and Shannon are walking home together after school, and Shannon is telling her about the dream she had with guess who hiding in the bushes nearby.
See, you got that whole sex and death thing going on?
Seriously? I'm about to have a fucking heart attack with all these bad movie decisions.
That's totally a movie. Trick or treat! You had fun, you little punk!
That is almost as bad.
Get back here!
It's just fucking lazy. Please end. Really? We're gonna end with the newspaper clippings? Really? That's the big reveal. It was the principal all along. The principal sending his own students out to the Sleepy Hollow High woods so that he could murder them. That's okay. The plot device, not the implementation. This movie fucking sucked. Okay, now that that's out of the way, seriously though, whoever made this, all you guys that acted in it, I'm sorry. It was a bad fucking movie. But you gave it your best shot, you know what I mean? And that's okay. You entertained me. I enjoyed watching this piece of shit, and I would watch this piece of shit again just to laugh at it all over again. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed how fucking awful this was. So, thanks for that.